Welcome back to the Emergency Power Podcast. You've made it through another week, so exit your escape pods, board a strange ship, and wonder, how does the lock-picking lawyer open all those doors so fast with us?
We need him. We need him so bad. I love that guy, though. He's great.
I feel like we're going to walk in, and we're all just going to be sitting on his arms. You know, we're like, oh, yeah.
Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known about the lock-picking lawyer entering a foreign ship. I don't know.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we had some real difficulty getting a door open last time, if you're all caught up on the show. But we made it into this strange ship called the ANNIC NOVA. And now we're going to see what's inside, because where we last left off, you were just about to bust open the doors. You had pressurized the airlock, you had opened the door, and we ended right there. So,
oh yeah, I burned a battery pack.
You did burn a battery pack, that's right. Yeah, to make the door opening easier, so we didn't have to go through that again. Thank you for your sacrifice, by the way.
I'm honored.
And now we're going to just jump right into it. Let's see. What mysteries are held inside the ANNIC NOVA?
All of us are waiting with bated breath here.
I can tell. So you open the doors, and it, like we described before, it's this iris valve that kind of like twists open multiple sections, like a iris, yes,
like a camera.
Yeah,
what's it
exactly.
called? Aperture or something?
How many
sphincter?
How many fins?
Like
not that.
Like a rose.
You're really close, Don.
Like a cat's ass.
You're really close.
And you open up this iris, and there is a little bit of light, this really faint, kind of like an emergency light, single point of light on a ladder.
Oh, that's creepy.
That leads up this like long shaft. And you'll notice that the iris that you're now in front of, compared to the one that was on the exterior of the ship, they're quite small, and you're probably going to have a little bit of trouble getting through this thing in a bulky vac suit.
Convenient.
That is convenient.
Guys,
I will note that this it's still 0G, so you're floating as you go through this airlock, but your vac suit does indicate that there is a healthy level of oxygen and there are no hazardous airborne substances. It's up to you whether you want to go through without the vac suit or if you want to risk, because like it could tear. These vac suits aren't particularly sturdy unless you have one of the high-end like combat suits.
I think some of us did take off our helmets. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
We don't even have an option to have it on, right? He said.
Did we shut the door behind us?
Yeah.
You can't like get through.
Okay.
You shut the door because you pressurized last time. You pressurized the airlock before opening the second door.
Hey, sorry, Elijah. Did I hear you about to say something?
I don't think that we're gonna fit through this door in our suits. We might have to strip down. But I don't know if I'm comfortable showing off my body.
I saw your body earlier, man.
We'll assume that you
different.
have normal clothes underneath.
Well, we are. Well, I guess we can't wear two things at once, right? So, like, whatever armor we had on the, I forget how the armor works, and I lost my screen.
Can the vac suit go over our combat?
Vac suit cannot go over armor, but it can go over just standard civilian clothes.
Okay.
So we would have had to have had it with us. Oh, you guys wore clothes underneath your bags?
You're such a gem. My sensors are reading that it's like fine. There's no air issues or anything. I think we're good. So he just takes off his suit and puts on his flak jacket.
Did we
Brought your
bring
flak jacket
over?
with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we bring over the armor with us?
I have all this. I have assumed all this stuff.
I don't
with
think
all
that
of
we
it.
would have.
We literally left all of our shit back on
Yeah,
the ship.
'cause
Yeah.
you can't wear a vac
My
suit and
weapons,
your armor.
everything.
Yeah.
So, like,
Those suits are heavy, and you only get
space. Are they heavy in
not
space?
in space. You're that is a good point. You can
Yes.
you can carry it, but you wouldn't have known whether or not there was gravity on this ship.
Part of my fun now is making Kevin break.
they had a lot of mass.
That's what I was going to say. They have a lot of mass.
Not a lot of weight, but a lot
and
of
Jeff
mass.
doesn't know science, so it's fine.
Wait, so we literally have nothing except our vac suits, basically,
And
right?
basic
Just
plain
your
clothes.
Just your clothes, okay. Well, I think I still have my magnetic boots on, at least, so that's good.
Just your boots, nothing else.
Yeah, nothing.
All right, so I'm in my
okay.
jammy jams, basically.
We all look like Zardoz.
Yeah, I think Rhees takes off his vac suit and he's wearing like a red V-neck.
Sean kind
And
of
just, like,
shows up. In
Yeah,
a
just like very close
cod
shorts.
Alicia.
I was just about to post that.
Elijah takes off his vac suit and all he has is like a pair of boxers and like a white T-shirt and socks.
Gotta be comfortable.
Billybob Sega takes off his
Too good.
hostile environment vac suit, and he's just completely naked under it, and he's not phased at all.
You have a hostile environment vac suit?
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that
spent
that's
20
the
grand on
armored
it.
one? That's the armored one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one would not tear if you went through
Oh, then I'll just go through
Mm.
it.
Those things are armored.
Bust
So that
through.
means that if you take it off, then that's a choice on your end. to
That's a
be
choice,
naked. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say like, well, I don't want to get my suit scratched.
All right.
Is Billybob Sagan taking off the
I mean,
vac suit?
just to be supportive.
Professor,
sure.
you taking it off?
Submit to peer pressure.
You
think
don't
I'm
have
safe
to,
to do
Professor. You do whatever makes you feel comfortable. I wish I could leave mine on.
Okay,
You can stay behind. It's fine.
I'm fine to float about in my suit.
All right.
The temperature inside is a comfortable 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It seems like atmospheric controls inside of this ship are still operational, but all you see in front of you through this iris valve is a ladder that leads up. Who's going through first?
I'm happy to go through first, guys.
I
I think
can-
it could be
I can
a little exhilarating,
go.
but also be cool.
Just be really careful.
I will join you, Rhees.
All right.
We can
Okay.
go.
All right.
So Rhees is gonna kind of float, edge over, and like try and lean back and look up the ladder.
Which one of us is naked again?
I am.
Okay, I'm gonna go before
naked man.
So whatever.
I'm gonna be sticking close to Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes takes off the vac suit, takes a deep breath. Yep, this is fresh air. This is fine. My new lungs kind of test it. It's fine. You can breathe. I'll go towards the lead. If we need to get into a scrape, I'd rather trust my fighting prowess than the naked man's there. No offense.
Yeah, I'll stay behind you, Snake Eyes. I think you'd be better in combat than me.
Yeah, Elijah. Unless we're in a pig wrestling contest, you're not winning any fight.
I'll be right behind you, Snake Eyes.
How should we arrange? Okay, so right to left. Is that how we're arranging here? On
Yep.
okay.
All right, I've got you guys arranged. Let me know if that's incorrect. I have Rhees going first. So Rhees, you step through this iris valve and look up, and you can see the ladder just continues up until you get to a hatch.
How far?
About 20 feet.
All right, looks like we got about 20 feet to a hatch, y'all.
And it's one of those, like, with the crank wheel, you turn to unlock it. There's no digital components to it.
Kev, what kind of hatch is that?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh.
We only had one type of hatch.
Was it this kind of hatch?
It was called the hatch.
So you had
The hatch.
a wheel crank.
All right, so Rhees is gonna
Standard ship hatch.
Rhees is gonna slowly float his way up, and then try and
Just if you're going
Crank
too
it.
fast and you're getting too close to the propellers, you just have to burp. And you'll come back down.
Amazing.
thank you.
Thanks, Wonka.
Don't busy lifting drinks.
Has to be cleaned now. This whole chamber.
So you float your way up, brace yourself on the ladder, unscrew the hatch. It pushes open easily, and you see a series of lights as the ladder continues up. And you think that there's at least 3 other levels that you can go up. And there's a light at each of the points where you can exit this ladder, this little... Dawn, you're the Star Trek guy. Is this a Jeffries tube? Is that the
Jeffrey's
right...
tubes were mostly maintenance. I'm
Yes.
glad you thought of it, so I didn't have to bring it up later. No, technically this probably wouldn't be a Jeffrey's tube. If this is
Yeah.
for general access, then this is a standard tunnel. But good job for knowing Jeffrey's tubes.
Maintenance.
Because I've been biting
Thanks,
my
Jeff.
tongue the entire time.
I almost had that thought too. So virtual high
Question,
five.
Yeah, go
Don,
ahead.
as a Star Trek nerd, so is Rhees a red shirt, would you say? Or
He's a little eager, isn't he? I think
maybe.
I think he's at least he's wearing a shirt.
Is it gold?
He's not. I wish he was.
Elijah's
no.
the one.
Yeah.
I have a white shirt.
Oh, yeah, God. Why did I
Rhees
say
is-
Rhees?
Rhees-
I meant Elijah, sorry.
Oh, Rhees is actually wearing a red shirt, which is why I thought that you said that. I was
Yeah,
like,
He also went first.
Yeah, Rhees wanting to charge for, wanting to take the lead, definitely red shirt behavior. Going in
Yeah.
naked,
It's got
also
big red
red
shirt
shirt
energy.
big red
He's
shirt
also
behavior.
somewhat Kirkish, though, I feel. So
Yeah, so I pull out my tricorder and my phaser, and I begin moving
I
up.
didn't carry a tricorder.
Not to put not to get off topic with Star Trek, but didn't Picard have a red shirt as well? So like,
True.
there's-
But that was during-
That's
that's-
yeah, the command structure. Wore
That's next
red.
generation.
Come on.
that was
Yeah.
a paradigm shift, I'm sure.
Have you ever watched Star Trek, Jeff? You would know.
I've watched Star
He
Trek.
knows Jeffrey's tube, so
I know the
was-
Treks.
I know,
Okay,
I know the
Dad.
tracks. All right, so guys, it looks like we have probably at least 3 levels here. Does anyone have any idea of which one we should get off at?
I have an idea. Don't we want to? I mean, we saw the exterior of the ship, right? So like we kind of know its layout.
That's right.
Could
So-
we get that again? Could you share that image again?
I would
Yeah.
say that the first level is probably the bridge,
I think you have access to it, but let me.
Oh,
Yeah,
if
I
we
think
just
based on where we entered and where we've climbed to now.
Didn't we also see a light in the
Handouts.
bridge when we
Found
went around it from the outside?
Yes, there was a single red light on the bridge, and the bridge was pretty low on the diagram of the ship.
Yeah.
Was the bridge near B, the observation dome?
Yeah.
The one that we okay. And we
below
came in at
A.
You came in at this like fin that's on the keel of the ship.
yeah.
Oh, so we're close to the bridge.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah.
I think
We
we
should
should all
make
the way up
ourselves-
is the bridge.
Make our way to the bridge is probably the best option here.
All right.
Yeah, secure the bridge, and then we can use that as a base camp.
Yes, secure it. That's a good word.
You got Elijah.
I like these technical terms.
I like where your head is at.
Okay, so Rhees is gonna go up to the first opening aperture, and look down and step onto the floor there.
You're not gonna read the sign. It probably says.
Is there a sign?
It is labeled. It just has what looks like an I, like the letter I.
What the hell?
It's an alien ship.
I'm pretty sure the bridge is at the top of the letter, y'all. But most likely, looking at the diagram.
I'll tell you, because you would know this from having gotten that original look. It was pretty low on the diagram of the ship, like almost right above the fin was the window that looked out and had the red light. That observation dome that you're looking at, that's kind of on the top of the main bulkhead area, it was significantly below that.
On second thought, in my story notes, and he just like pages through to the diagram earlier, I think it's actually really close. Now that I think about it, maybe just 1 or 2 flights up these ladders. So maybe, can you see it, Rhees, up there?
Rhees is going to step onto the floor and then kind of wait for people to come up, and he's going to point to the sign and just say, I'm not really good with these kind of things. I kind of fell asleep during a lot of this knowledge, but Professor, or maybe I don't know, maybe Raff, maybe you might know what that language is. I've never seen anything like it. It just looks like an eye.
I could possibly investigate its meaning, perhaps.
I have pilot spacecraft. Would that help at all?
I don't think so.
Pilot capital ships.
It literally is just an eye. You can try to investigate it, but I will tell you right now, it's probably not enough to, if it's an alien language, probably not enough to understand it.
Can I use diplomat to strike up a conversation with the letter?
With the letter.
Wow. He actually rolled for it. He's like, let's do this. I'm going to converse with this letter I.
It just looks like an eye.
Okay.
Wait,
What does it say to
it's
you?
a letter I, or it's like
It's
an eyeball?
It looks like a capital I.
Oh, capital
Okay.
I.
The letter I. Just a long vertical bar.
Could it be a Roman numeral? Like
For like first level?
No, it's definitely not.
Could be Roman numeral.
Doors and letters.
Difficult to say.
It's going to be
So,
Iota.
as
lights?
There's one light that's at this same elevation, and there's another light at what looks to be another hatch further up. So it seems like there's one light at each level in this ladder.
what is
Do you
Rhees
see
see?
anything else?
I don't know. And Rhees was going to turn and look down the hall. What does Rhees see?
I'm going to move you over on the map, and it looks like this is probably the bridge.
Can I follow, or?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can I do... I think as Rhees is going in, Rhees is going to probably notice and know that it's a bridge, but he's immediately going to look for any sort of controls. So I don't know if that might be an investigation. I don't have the skill.
Don't even need to roll.
Okay.
Inside of this room, you can see there's 3 chairs that are in front of a display panel, but they're all blank right now. To your left, in the corner of the room, is that red blinking light that you saw earlier from outside of the ship. And it's in front of a console.
It looks so cool. It looks like a few feet. Wait, was that the professor? Are you just walking in?
One at a time.
So the professor just walks in past.
Do you
Rhees.
guys all go up into this room?
Yes.
yes.
I see it now.
Super neat.
Wow. Cool.
Can I take a look at the console where this light is coming from?
Absolutely. It's some kind of strange language. You can't make heads or tails of the controls, but the fact that it's the only light in this room probably indicates that it might be related to the power or the operation of the ship, because it really seems like this whole ship is in some kind of low power mode.
Raff will go to the computer and see if he can maybe figure out if he can turn it on because he has computers.
Okay.
That's something we can do.
So you float over there.
Hey,
We're all still in 0G.
Hey, Raff, I'll come with you.
Yeah, Elijah's going to
Yes.
join quietly.
Let's do it.
All right, you all working together to try and suss out these.
Yeah, how did this work
controls.
again? So we each get a penalty for rolling.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, cooperation
gonna be
is
more
a
doors.
negative in Traveler now. Yeah, why don't you all give me a roll, and
rolled 6.
we'll take the higher of those rolls.
6.
We roll just one roll? What do you mean?
Just a computer's roll, yeah, with
I don't
a
have
2D.
computers. I was
Oh.
going to use electronic sensors.
4.
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be sensors. Sensors are a little bit more specific.
Fine. Okay, I'm useless. Sorry.
Rhees got a
rolled a
6.
Yeah, you can
yeah.
still attempt it.
So I rolled a 1.
Yeah, just let me know what your highest roll is.
I rolled
6,
an
I think.
8.
Oh, 8.
Got an
Well,
8.
you...
6.
Sorry, you rolled an 8,
But
Elijah?
I rolled
I got a
10.
10 with a
Okay.
-2 for Jack of all trades. It's still an 8.
Dang.
me
Yeah,
and
that's the
Don got
highest.
same.
I'll take the 8.
So 8 sounds like 8 is the highest roll.
Yes.
So you look over this panel and you can't really make out what language. There's a couple of different controls on here, but the light is right under this one button. So you oh heck, I'll just press that one. Makes sense. You press the button. The lights come on
All right.
as the gravity reactivates. And I'm going to need all of you to make a 2D roll, and what you get is how much damage you take from the gravity activating.
Oh, man.
I finally rolled low.
Because I was pushing the button, could I justify that
God.
I was close enough to the ground where this wouldn't affect me?
I'm going to say no.
It's fine. I just gotta be an advocate for this.
I'll allow a athletics roll, maybe with dexterity.
I'll take my 3 damage.
I'll just take the damage. Honestly, it's fine. It makes sense that fumbling around. It's cool. I take 7.
You said we take the damage. Whatever we rolled, we just subtract that.
Yeah, you take
Sorry.
2D of damage.
I rolled a 1 and a
Shit,
2
we just went
for a
down
total
half.
of 3.
Wow.
Damn, guys.
The one time I rolled low. Or, just kidding. Like, every time I roll.
Yeah.
Where's
the
that
one
really?
time it's good to roll, though.
Rhees got a 9 because I think he was just enjoying floating up, and then just as you did that, just bam, slams into the
Yeah,
ground.
there wasn't any activation period. It was just gravity off to gravity on.
Terrible design. God. Well,
Got
Raff,
top of the ship, right?
Raff had his gravity boots on, so he doesn't take any damage. But he turns around and he looks and he's like, "Oh my god!" He sees a bunch of face
Yeah,
planted.
I'm okay.
guys look
I did that on
pretty
purpose.
Wow, wow. I feel like
God,
Rhees probably
guys.
Rhees kind of sits up, just touches his chest. He's like, that. I shouldn't
You all
really
right,
have too many
Rhees?
starts like that. Yeah.
All right.
Out of 20, I probably took about 9 units of damage to myself. If I had to put a number on it.
You're half down. Oh my god.
Yeah, about half
How
down.
do you quantify your health like that?
Yeah. It's a racing kid.
But as you turn on the lights, also multiple control panels on this bridge light up. And you start hearing various computer beeps and sweeps
Fans
and creeps.
Love it. Can Rhees do a pilot?
You lost the creeps? So what? Lost the sweeps?
I'm glad somebody got the reference.
Yeah. I was.
Lone Star, we've been jammed.
Can Rhees go do... Hey, Raff, did you hear this?
Yeah.
You should maybe check this out. See what's...
Oh, the noises from the machine? Yeah, I hear 'em.
Yeah, is there another computer here? Maybe those are sensors. Does anyone here have any expertise in sensors?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I know a little bit about sensors and navigation and piloting.
Sensors.
I have no doubt about that, Doc.
What don't you know at all?
So some of you have ranks in sensors. Does anyone have ranks in jump drives?
Just jumping.
Is that like astrogation?
Drives?
or pilot or astrogation.
I have
Yes.
piloting.
I have
any of
astrogation.
Okay, so
Yes.
Naturally.
you can tell by looking at these controls that there's nothing on any of these controls on the bridge for maneuvering the ship like in a normal G environment. Only on this ship, on this bridge, the only thing that you see are 2 sets of controls for jump drives. 2 separate sets of controls for jump drives.
Either there's like 2,
Which is very
or 2 people
peculiar.
have to do it at the same time.
Two
Like
factor
a
authorization for
symbiotic
Yeah.
pilot situation here, perhaps.
Or maybe
But
these
once
aliens
again,
have really
like all
long
of
arms.
all of the controls are this unknown configuration, unknown language. Like it's just a kind of a smattering of various symbols that you don't understand.
On the jump drives, like each one, is there any indication, anything different about the 2 of them? Like, does one possibly have an I and the other one have a V?
Give me an intelligence roll.
Oh God. My intelligence isn't too bad. What my roll is, I rolled 5 plus 1 for 6.
You know, I'm giving you a bonus because you specifically were looking for the I and the V. And yes, it does look like there's one for an I, and there is one that has a V in the same place as the I on the other control panel.
Guys, I think that each of these panels goes to a different one of the, what you call them, nacelles?
Nacelles.
Nacelles. It goes to a different nacelle, so like, I think if we're gonna jump, we need to jump at the same time.
With no intermix console?
I don't
Whoever
know.
designed this is backwards.
They
Yeah.
also don't speak English.
All right. Well, what is our goal again? We're just trying to get home, basically, right?
We need
got
to
stranded.
find my ship. Something that has
Well, maybe we could jump there.
English
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
common.
yeah. Go
My
on.
language is Anglic. Is that how?
Anglic?
Is that the basic language?
Yeah, I think it is. But this is not Anglic. Whatever
Okay,
this,
just checking. It was
whatever
worth a try.
this console is, completely foreign.
Yeah, this is really strange. I can't. Why would you need 2 jump drives? I might go see if there's any way to see if they're interconnected or something. Can I do like a computers check?
Yeah, give me a computer's check.
Okay. 8 on the computes.
So it's going to take a while, but what you're going to get out of this, you don't see anything in the computers that suggests that they are interconnected, but you spend a lot of time on this system, and you're pretty sure that if you spent some work on it, you could probably install like basically a language pack
Yeah, I was going to
so
say.
that you could translate this or like install your a familiar operating system
There might
onto
be-
this. It would take a long time, but given your situation, you don't have a whole lot
How
else
long- how much
to
time?
do.
Hey, Professor, looks like
A few days.
a few days.
Yeah.
Okay, Professor, it looks like I don't know, there might be some way that maybe we can translate this language on the computer and the
Some
controls.
sort
Not my forte.
Internationalization package that we can install onto this software here on this computer.
Yeah, do you just keep a flash drive of,
Yeah,
of an
obviously.
international intergalactic translator
Yeah,
library?
yeah.
Okay, great.
Totally.
It would be a matter of probably extracting it or copying it from the escape pod that you came here on, copying it over And, there's going to be a lot of changes that are going to need to be made, which is why it's going to take so long. But that would be a possibility for you.
Is there a way to perhaps partially do that?
Partially in what way?
Like, could we take, like, the unit from our escape pods, or escape pod, I should say, and, like, just maybe, like, the display interface, like, hook it in and have it render on our naturalized display versus using the display on the console and the machines in the bridge?
I think the biggest struggle in this is right at the beginning of the programming process. So it's understanding how everything is interconnected on the back end. But once you take that time to understand it, then like displaying it on one console versus all of them is not a problem. So I don't think that trying to do it for just
Partially
one console
is.
I don't think it's really going to save you any time.
They don't
Plus,
follow
it's an
NFPA
HDMI.
codes.
You only have a VGA cable.
We have
You're
USB 1.0.
NTSC and we're PAL.
I've never even seen this kind of outlet.
Oh, that's just a lightning port. Don't worry about it.
And is there any... I guess I probably couldn't do anything else, any like astrogation or stuff to try and glean any more information from the computers. The bet, right?
I mean, you could just start pressing buttons.
Smash buttons. He says. He gets excited. He's got.
Hey,
for
guys,
everyone not
Do you wanna
listening
press
or
some buttons?
not watching, Jeff, he has a grin ear to ear.
Yeah,
at the
he
thought
does.
of
He's
us, just mashing buttons.
Press it.
Please mash all the buttons.
I have things written if you want to just press buttons. I don't, but
We could.
we can do that.
If we don't want to die, then what we would do is like go back to the escape pod and get something and bring it back. Was that what you said? We have to get.
I mean, there's
2 days.
That-
4 other doors.
if that's a route you want to take, like you haven't explored any of the ship really yet, other
Sure.
than the bridge. So if that's the route you want to take, you want to try and reprogram the ship to put it in a language that you understand so that you can have better control over it. Go for it.
Okay.
We could explore other areas around here.
Yes,
Yeah.
perhaps there might be
There
a
are
way
4 other doors here.
to flip a switch and put this all in Anglic. Who knows?
We'll probably, and I know
Probably
he
not.
would know this because he has computers. He would probably be like, "Yeah, we do need some sort of module to install, which I don't think we have with us." Is that right, Doc?
Yes.
We'd have to go back and grab it.
Yeah, we
maybe from
would
the
have to go
escape
back
pod.
to the escape pod, which I could do. I have no problem going back out there.
Just got to open a couple doors.
Let's split the
That shouldn't take too long.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Presumably, now that you've turned on the power in the system,
The
those doors
will operate.
probably have control panels that you can now operate.
Okay.
Well, all right.
That's a good question. When we turned on the power, did like all the lights come on?
Yes.
Is there a docking bay on this vessel? From what I remember.
I think you did see one. So the ship has like this large, bulky area in the front, and then it kind of breaks off, very similar to your Enterprise type configuration, with the nacelles in the back. So on the back center of the main front area, between the 2 nacelles, the bulk of the ship, there was like a hole that looked like it was some kind of docking port.
Okay.
The dock door?
Would our escape pod fit in it?
Fit, yes. It would, it's small enough to go into that dock bay. It does not look like it is a perfect fit, however.
What does that mean?
Meaning
It won't dock up.
it won't be a like airlock seal that you could just open the doors and walk in.
Got it.
And part of the reason why we did a couple loops around the vessel was we wanted a way to get in that may have been a little less noticeable by any potential people on board.
Yeah, that docking door, you're guessing, is probably at least one more floor up from where you are.
I think it might be a good idea maybe to check out these doors. Maybe this bridge is our place where we need to start a little command center.
I do like that idea, but I also hate it.
That's a good point. I understand that.
I'm going to open this door over
motives.
here and take a look inside
you,
these
Doc.
quarters.
Let's
Perhaps.
So you're going to take a look at the other rooms that are here on the bridge. Okay. There's 4 doors. I'll tell you right now, because I want to save time. 2 of them have very little of import, being these 2 that are in the center.
Wow, Raff and Sagan are in this lower room here.
What is that? The port side?
Port side.
What's in here?
Raff and Billybob Sagan open the port side door to the bridge level, and inside is just an entire room of large computer servers. If you imagine, like, a computer from the 70s, like, that's what you see is just an entire wall of computers and
tape decks,
flashing lights, and reel-to-reel tapes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's an
And
IBM
it's like 3.
dumpster.
There's a whole 10 megabytes of data there, at least.
Yeah.
We have to like feed in some punch cards.
Yeah.
Right.
Rafa rolled very low for computers, but yeah, maybe Sagan
Let's
has
see.
something.
Like, what they might be used for? Like, are they like hooked up to any particular systems? What would be?
I can't make these out, Doc. What about you? I've never seen them before.
It looks like this is probably where the main brain of the computer, of the ship is. Like, this is where all the processing is actually done for the entire ship. There aren't a lot of interfaces here. This is just kind of a central housing room where you can have it all located so that the cooling can go into this room, and there is one maintenance console that looks kind of similar to the ones that are on the bridge.
I'm gonna check it out.
There's a dial that just says Alien Anglo or English.
Yeah, no language dial here, but if you were going to reprogram this computer, this would probably be the easiest place to do it from. It's got a lot of ports where you could probably wire something up.
Yeah.
Nothing, no ports that are familiar to you, but this is definitely the heart of it all.
Good to know. Raff, I don't think there's much to this other than perhaps some servers and this maintenance console. But we might have better luck elsewhere.
I think while they're in there, while they're looking through there, I think Rhees goes into the starboard door.
And Elijah's going to follow him.
So, Rhees and Elijah, you open up the starboard door on this bridge deck, and this room has a series of sensors and various avionics and detection and communications equipment. Once again, it all is in another language, but the general feel that you get from this room is that this is where communications and external sensors are operated from.
Hey, Elijah.
Long-range detectors, long-range communication equipment, short-range scanners, and deep radar.
Yeah, Rhees?
Can you make heads or tail of this? You're pretty good at sensors here.
Nope, not really. I rolled 3 and a 1 with my sensors at a 1. So that's what, a total of 5? Do I get any other bonuses to it?
Yeah. But you don't. But you do have. Do you have any ranks in?
I have sensors 1.
Yeah. So that's enough to know what I gave you.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe I do. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. I was waiting for Jeff to tell me.
This is the avionics room, essentially. This is where this is your eyes to the outside of the ship.
It looks like there's a little beetle or some sort of mech Beetleborg in the bottom corner. Is that real?
So this is a really old map that I found, but we're gonna say that that's like a big server that sits behind a chair, and then it has 2 large arms that come around and sit about eye level with holographic displays that show sensors of the surroundings of the ship. So you sit in that thing, and it's almost like you're seeing from the perspective of the ship.
This is powered on now, right?
It is powered on, yes. And you can see a little tiny hologram of your escape pod sitting.
Yeah, uncharacteristically, Elijah's going to go sit down in it and pull the things closer to his eyes.
Yeah, whoa. So you get this, like, it's like this really light green, like imagine an old DOS monitor, like that color. And it's just
It's an
holographic display in a 360 almost 360 degree view. You can't see directly behind you, but the chair apparently, like you reach around, you find a control, like a little lever, and it swivels. And you can turn, and now you can look behind you.
Wait, like the like lenses.
The whole thing swivels, yeah, with your head.
Elijah,
like a helicopter helmet. Like,
yes.
Cool.
If you could see yourself right now, Elijah, can you hear me in there? Because this looks like a pretty cool cockpit.
I can hear you. It's just covering my eyes.
Okay.
But no, it shows me the images like all around the ship. So like it's almost like the eyes of the ship. So, I don't see anything around us. It looks. Do I see anything out there?
Just your escape pod that is tethered to it, and you can kind of see it in this wireframe green outline.
So neat.
If you guys, just so you guys know, like the escape pod is still there, according to this.
That is important.
That's a great technology.
It's very good to know.
Hey, Raff, if there's any room in your, like in the literature for this, then please make me driving one of these things, just like in one of these things. That'd be so
But
cool.
I'm actually sitting in it right now.
Okay, but in terms of, like character development, I think I would do better in the...
But I'm the one
canon.
sitting in it, so like just to be more accurate, I'm the one. It's fine. Do you want to switch places so you're actually the one in the...
No, I just want to be in the story, in the movie version. I play myself.
As they're talking, Raff is like scribbling down notes. He looks up. He's like, "What? Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'm gonna take care of both of you." And he just kind of like gets a closer look to it. It's like, woof. It's very nice.
Not about the woof.
What a beautiful beast.
Beautiful beast.
It does look like a beetle. I heard something about a beetle. It does.
Yeah.
So there's not much else we can do here.
Right?
Unless you want to try and operate like the jump drive controls.
I think it's a terrible idea.
Yes, I don't think we should
Elijah
just get
agrees
out
with me.
such as of right now, but maybe once we've familiarized ourselves with the rest of the ship.
Raff elbows. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say Raff elbows Rhees, and he's just like, "Hey, just pay patron to patronee or whatever that word is. Like, I got you.
Yeah,
covered.
that's
You're gonna
right.
You're gonna be piloting it. Don't worry, I got you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I have some bills I gotta pay. He just like walks out.
You are the best patron. Oh, you left. Okay. All right.
Please consider upping your pledge.
I gotta create a new tier for you, just for you.
I'm already in my own tier, so I'll just tell me whatever you need. It's fine.
Consider gifting tiers.
Snake Eyes, Dawn.
What's
I'm picking on you since you're the one that is most central to the bridge
sure.
on the map. You notice as you head back into the bridge main area, you look back at the hatch that you came out from.
Oh no.
It looks like there's another door. No, it's not a door. It's an elevator. It's a lift.
What?
I thought you were going to say it's a person.
And it's now powered on.
Oh my god.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, I
That's
didn't
what
wanna
you
step
see.
on
You
you.
see this light. It's that eye that you saw earlier in the hatch. It's another letter I that's now lit up over this door.
That's neat.
And there's a button.
Button pushers. I guess I'm kind of guilty of that too. Apologies. Got a glowing eye over here. Might want to take a look. It looks like it's attached to a lift.
Well, I say we go investigate. Discovery, onward.
So you press the button, and the doors open up, and you hear like it's the tone is off, but you recognize it right away. It's an elevator ding. Bing. In this case, it's boom.
Okay.
It's just a little lower pitch, and the door, you'll note, same with the iris hatch and the hatch that you went through. They're kind of small for a human. So you don't have to duck, but you kind of feel like ducking because it's such a tight squeeze under the door. You just kind of crouch a little bit instinctively. You go inside, and inside this lift, you see 4 buttons. One of them's labeled with an I. You can see them on the map here.
I can see them. There's an eye.
I can see the
and
four symbols.
What looks like a resh or a
Upside down
inverted L.
The
We're going to
game's
call that a
paused, so I
7.
haven't done
A 7, sure.
Yeah.
And an up chevron and a down chevron.
7? You're calling it a 7?
Yeah, we're going to say, like, if I were to translate these to English letters and numbers, Anglic. The Anglic approximation would be I, V, 7, and A.
I'm wondering if we are at I.
It is the same font as what was printed on the side of the nacelles of the ship.
This is the sections of the ship. It's like a Wonkavator.
Who is in there?
I was also thinking Wonka Vader.
A Wonkavator.
Is everybody else coming with us? How does that work? Like if we all step on the same
I'm
button?
here. Whoa, this looks like a room.
Whoa, it took me
that
somewhere.
kills you or something.
Where did you go?
Oh, guys, I don't know where I'm at. Help me.
Wait, I didn't get in. I didn't get in.
What happened? Where did he go? Elijah?
Yeah, I gotta find you.
Elijah just went into another dimension.
I went to the
Okay,
down chevron.
Elijah pressed a button.
I pressed the V.
So Elijah
If I
pressed
pressed
the
the
V
V, I dragged my character over
because he
to
dragged
the
his
V.
character
Oh
on the
my
map.
God.
So I'm gonna have to drag everyone that's in the map to where Elijah is because that's where the lift goes.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
The only person that's not in the lift is Rhees.
Yeah, I didn't get in
Rhees just sees this elevator
and
close,
God.
and they're gone.
I think Rhees was probably just trying to take a moment and like breathe and just catch up, and then as soon as he realized it, they're gone. So I think
They're gone. And the light, Rhees, you'll notice the eye dims when the lift is not at your level.
I think he's going to go up and try and... Can you press it to call back? Because I don't know where they went.
Yeah, you can try to press it. But as we're going to jump over to the other guys real quick.
Yeah.
So as you press that button, the lift moves, and you feel it move up. So you feel this... The ground push up against your feet. And you move up for a little ways, and you hear another boom. And the lift doors open, and you see this very basic looking hallway. And you peek out, and you see a couple of doors. It's kind of arranged in this T formation from the perspective that you're looking, and the floor is this very bland carpet, and there's a couple of doors that you see that have more of those same symbols on them. I V 7A.
Rhees, I'm gonna try to find him. Rhees, where are you, man?
It's a
He's not
Scooby-Doo
here.
episode
I don't
now,
think
but
Rhees
shit's
made
going
it in the
through
elevator.
doors.
Dude, Rhees is
thing.
nowhere. He's gone. I don't know where he went.
He's probably dead.
No, not Rhees.
I see two. Are these
I'm gonna go back
tables?
for
back
Yes. Okay.
I
So
tried that. I
you
can't-
stepped
don't worry.
you stepped out of this lift, and you get a better picture of this new floor that you're on. And you see like these. They look like dining tables. Like maybe this is a galley of some kind. And you peek down around the corner of one of these rooms, because the room is kind of in this weird sideways H shape, with the hallway going vertically, and then two more hallways that go at the top and bottom. And there's doors all around. But down one of the hallways, you can see what looks like a bar of some kind, like a maybe there's a place where they might serve alcohol, and above that there's a video screen that is currently displaying static.
A mess hall of some kind. Alright, where's Rhees though, for real?
I think he's still
this
back in the.
isn't definitely 10 forward, and I don't know where Guyana is.
I'm gonna check out here, and maybe Rhees is down here. And he just kind of goes towards the table.
You're just wandering. aimlessly.
Yeah.
The whole bar thing reminds me of that movie with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence where they're like on a ship and there's that AI bartender.
Oh, isn't that movie terrible?
I didn't finish at Passengers, yeah.
That's the only scene I've seen because that was the only scene I wanted to see. Is that bartender?
So you head down towards the tables and chairs, and they're like these big circular communal tables with various chairs scattered around them that are bolted to the floor. They look like they could potentially fold up and like collapse into the floor to turn this into a completely flat area.
That's cool.
That's
pretty
rad.
sweet. Yeah.
So what you said about the elevator being a bit smaller than what we may be more comfortable with, the positioning of the chairs, are they
They
low?
look,
Is there anything?
yeah, they look like children's chairs.
We're on a gray ship.
God, I can tell you from like the will save metaverse, it's not. I don't want to be. I've learned that grays kind of suck. Just saying. Yes. Really don't want to be involved.
You see, like in the corner, there's a little like there's that bar area, right? There's a single cabinet that's on your side of this bar that is open, and inside you can see a drawer that has a few like very sturdy balls about softball size and some kind of glove for a sport that you don't recognize. And also inside of this drawer there is a small remote control.
Okay. This pizza-shaped looking thing right here. Is that what you're talking about? Raff is going to pick up the remote.
Yeah, it looks like a slice of pizza.
With like some things ground on it. Raff picks up the remote.
You pick
and
up
then
the
he's gonna
remote.
inspect it.
It's got one button.
Wow. Okay. He has a 10 on computers. Does that help him like decipher anything more than this?
It's wireless.
It is just a one button remote, I guess.
It's a one button remote.
He holds it up to the group. He's like, "Look what I found, y'all. Check it out."
Do you know what that is? Because I don't know if you should push it without knowing what it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It has a button and it's wireless. I guess it's like a remote control. Also, there's like softball equipment, so that's great.
I'll note the button is unlabeled. It's just like this plain white button that almost takes up the entire face of the remote.
The hell? I kind of want to press it. What do you think?
Elijah's gonna just cover his eyes and go, ah, and kind of like moan to himself.
And he speaks aloud to himself, and then Raff presses the remote.
Press the button. Okay. You press this button, and everyone that's currently in this room.
No!
That's Raff, Elijah, Snake Eyes, but not Billybob Sagan, because you're too far north on the map, or was that?
I'm at the T.
Yeah. What direction is that on a ship? I don't know.
Maybe forward?
Forward.
Towards
You're
the
too
bow.
Too far towards the bow.
It's just usually forward and aft. Yeah.
Forward.
and
Okay.
aft.
Thank you.
But
I
there's
want to get the
bow and stern are
I
like
want the nautical terms.
Yeah,
I wanna get
forward
them
and
right.
after like the directionals, and then bow and stern are like the noun terms for
The areas.
Oh yeah, it's in the bow, but
Okay.
you can also say it's just forward.
Okay, so
What
Billybob
happens-
Sagan, you're too far forward for this to
We
affect
find
you.
the healing device that's going to heal the three of us standing
Oh,
so close to each other.
Almost.
Does food come out for us?
But not the
It's
opposite.
like healing, but the opposite.
Oh my god.
Do you get slimed? Because you're on Nickelodeon.
Raff, you feel this, but you are not affected. As you begin to lift off of the floor as the gravity in this area deactivates.
Everyone float towards the bottom, get down to the ground real low. I'm gonna press it again. It just turns it even more like less gravity.
Yeah,
It turned it back to this whole area. This half of the common area has become 0G
Do we see
because you
stuff,
press that button.
other stuff around the room lift up too? Like, can we see the
It's all
extent?
bolted
bare?
to the ground.
Yeah, Elijah's gonna like float over to the chair and like pull himself down to the floor. Just kind of
something.
hug the leg of a
The
chair.
balls that were in the drawer, the playing balls and the gloves, they do start to float very gently out of the drawer.
I guess this is how we would play a game together, like floating, throwing balls around, you know?
I don't know what kind of game this is, but I don't like
He
it.
just takes
Yeah.
a ball and throws it at Elijah. Catch!
It's got some heft to it. Like, these things are
It's a great idea.
very solid. But you throw it
Thank God
and
there's
it,
less gravity.
0G floats over to Elijah.
He throws the other one at Rhees. Not Rhees. Good lord.
Snake eyes?
Snake eyes.
Snake Eyes. Yeah.
My spatial perception is not very good, Raffs.
Okay. I think this is enough time. I'm going to flip back to Rhees because I'm curious what Rhees is. Rhees, are you going to try and go through the lift now?
Yeah, I think Rhees is gonna notice that he probably turns the corner right as the eye went boop. You know, it went out, and he's like, okay. And I think he's thinking he has no idea where they went on this alien ship, and he's like,
They were just closed and they were gone.
yeah. But then I think as he's standing there, he's gonna walk up and kind of look, and I guess he can press a button to summon the elevator, right?
Yeah, you walk
Okay.
up right up to this closed lift door, and there's a control panel. Kind of imagine like a piece of 2x4. Like it's
Yeah,
this
okay.
big chunky thing,
Yeah, it's hefty.
but it's like a glossy black panel that lights up, and it has a button labeled I,
Okay.
and you can press it.
Okay. Yeah, he presses the eye, and then I think he's probably waiting. And I feel like he's waiting.
Yeah.
And there's just silence, and then maybe around the time when the elevator comes back down, he hears like a bang, which is probably the ball that Raff threw, and then he kind of like looks up. He's like, "What?" He's like starts to get worried.
Maybe you
presses the button again.
even hear like this really low rumbling sound.
Yeah,
from
cool.
the anti-gravity generators that are running on the floor. I guess
Nice.
above you.
Yeah. So he hears that, and then I'm sure, and then probably right as he hears that, there's like the ding. You can go in the elevator.
Yeah, you step in.
Okay, we step in.
There are 4 buttons.
I think Rhees is just gonna be like, you know what?
But I went back into the lift to look for Rhees.
Okay. Yeah, so you would have been in this lift, and then suddenly the doors closed, and you headed back down, and the doors opened again, and Rhees is there waiting for the lift to come.
Oh,
So Rhees, you see Billybob Sagan in the lift with you.
Professor, is everything okay? Where are the other 2?
Hadn't
3.
really had enough time to investigate. I heard some clamoring about in one of the mess hall areas as the others were exploring new oddities to discover. But it pays to keep an open mind, but not so open your brains fall out.
I've never met anyone quite as eloquent as you, except for maybe Raff, Professor.
Wow. What a compliment.
Because
I
Raff's
wish
the
Raff
writer.
heard that.
Woof.
Yeah, exactly.
Professor, are they okay, or should we,
Go
in
back?
the name of discovery, should we go somewhere else? Where did they go?
If you drag your token to this downward V shape,
Yes.
if you click that, we'll immediately be transported. And I believe if we walk out here, we'll find our colleagues in the adjacent doorway.
So you do. Okay. So we should go check on them. All right. Let's go check on them.
Yeah, let's not split the party, as it were.
I mean, you know that I'm pretty push the button first, ask the questions later, right? So it's fine.
We can
He's gonna
judge
walk
our
in.
progress by the courage of our questions and the depth of our answers and our willingness to embrace what is true rather than what feels good.
I think Rhees has already walked in, and you're just talking.
You've achieved like peak Sagan.
Exactly.
Are you looking up quotes?
These are all Bob Sagan quotes. Carl Sagan quotes. Oh, sorry.
Bob Sagan.
Bob Sagan, Carl's younger brother.
I heard the sounds of inspiration just creep in. Oh my god! And then we're just like throwing balls around.
Yeah. The 2 of you like step towards the other 3, and suddenly you begin to lift off the ground, and you're also floating, except for Raff, who has mag boots.
All right. I can't do this too much. I'm gonna go sit in a chair.
He's gonna try and like push over to a chair so it doesn't
Sit
fall.
down. Is anybody else, or are people still floating?
I mean, Elijah's like clinging to the leg of the chair,
I'm
trying to get
going
as
to-
close to the ground as possible.
I'll be
Not
throwing the ball to
float.
Raff.
Can we restore the gravity here, perhaps?
We have to
Restore
go back
gravity.
one more time. I'm gonna turn this off.
All right. Yeah. So you all prepare, brace yourselves, so you don't have another accident. But engage the gravity, and it.
That could come in handy in other circumstances, perhaps.
Yeah,
It
keep that
seems
on
like
you.
it only did it in this one
Yeah.
area too.
Is it like
It
a...
is kind of cool. As Elijah gets up and dusts himself off.
So if we find anybody else,
T-shirt and boxer shorts.
It seems like it could be a good plot device for later things, perhaps like bluffing, for example. I'm gonna keep it.
yeah,
You know.
keep it. Or
Anti-gravity.
it
is
could also be
bluffing.
really good if we find somebody else, because then we can split evenly into teams, 3 and 3. Because right now we can't, right? That's important.
I'm not. Wow, you're pretty bold, I gotta say. You're
Thanks.
definitely a leading man.
Thanks. I
How
know.
heavy are the spheres now?
They're
Yeah, I'll have it.
they're
Difficult to
pretty
carry?
dense.
Is
They're
mostly
pretty dense. I would say, like
shot put?
the children's bowling balls, like the 6-pound balls. It's heavy.
Pretty heavy.
It's like a medicine ball, but smaller.
I believe I may have found something
Yeah.
because the game is miraculously paused and
Wow. A
I
reality
don't
Where are
wanna-
you at?
I don't want to hold us up, but could I carry these sphere like A1? Because if we don't have weapons, like this is a bludgeoning instrument. If Snake Eyes has ever
No, we
seen
have
one.
I have my gun on.
I have
me,
my
think.
sword still, I'm sure.
So we
from,
still
like,
have-
we
we
tried to
have
fire
our-
it.
yes,
Yeah.
I have my
I assume you all have your
Okay.
weapons.
yes.
Then I'm still taking the ball because I want to smash someone's head.
He's been living on the
Turn
streets.
gravity
Can
off,
turn anything
throw
into a
it,
weapon.
and then turn gravity on right as it.
Will, I just realized there are like coffee cups and laptops floating around on your screen.
I know, right? It's so good.
It's so
It's like a
perfect for
Jedi.
this.
Because gravity's turned off.
So, this door that is just starboard of the lift that you came in on, Billybob Sagan has opened it, and inside, like the door itself was labeled with a kind of looked like an F, but you know it's every all of the letters or whatever they are off here. But there's also looked like a child's drawing of a snake on this door.
What?
Like graffiti?
Oh my god. Don't open
Or
it. Graffiti, maybe it looks like
Do you open the door?
Do I open the door?
I'm gonna ask you, yeah, because I hadn't given you that description.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, gentlemen, would you like to join me, accompany me in exploring the rest of this deck, and specifically this door with a snake on it?
It's a very childlike depiction of a snake. Like almost looks like it was drawn in the equivalent of crayon. It's not crayon, but
Blood?
some kind of colored marker or
This is like the daycare section of the ship.
It's got an
I
F
could
on
see
it.
that.
Because they got the little tables, the game, the empty room, and now this whatever's in the snake room.
Well,
The juice boxes.
are you guys gonna like hang out with me? You gonna?
Yeah. Snake Eyes will make his way over.
yeah, I'll unpause it. So
Yeah.
No, you're on your own.
I'm paying you to be here, Elijah.
I'm coming as close as I can.
Let's discover what's in store for us behind door number 2. And I open the door.
okay, all right. I'm gonna pause it now. 'Cause it looks like it's a position.
He's like, yes, I got enough of you by the doorway to now
and,
TPK.
You just have to pause all the time.
I pause all the time. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good.
So you open this door, and it's a little stuck at first, but give it a little just extra push, and it opens up. And as you do, this cloud of reddish brown dust just puffs out from the room and begins to settle like at ankle level, but then like starts wafting throughout the hallway. It smells so foul to you, like death. And you gaze inside of the room, and you see 3 adults and 1 child dead bodies on the floor, just like completely decomposed.
Guys, what's over there?
What is that? Professor, what is that smell?
Well, there's some dead bodies and
What?
a child's dead body.
What?
And, well, it smells pretty foul because it's probably dead corpse. And maybe we should all put our environmental protections on if we got them. I'm gonna go in and
my vac
investigate
suit in the
with my
hatch.
hazardous vac suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sagan, you still had your
Yes.
suit on, right?
Yeah.
So you just like turn on the wipers on your screen
More
and
dead bodies for the ship.
wipe off this rust-colored particulate.
Can I like investigate what this rust
Dust.
stuff is?
Spice.
Spice.
Melange. Spice melange.
Yeah, you can give me a medic check.
My.
Actually, how many ranks in medic do you have?
I have 2.
I have one.
2.
Or 1, I thought. Or 1, so I got an 8.
Okay.
Rolled an 8.
This is a very preliminary check, but it's definitely not good for you. And you're probably going to want to monitor anyone who was exposed to it.
Hi.
But they're not exhibiting any symptoms at this very moment.
Doctor,
okay.
Professor, what is this stuff?
It does make you like cough up a lot of phlegm briefly, but then like once you initially like waft it out of your face and
there might be some biological agent. I wonder if it's safer if you should maybe check on you guys and batten down the hatches. I'm going to go in alone and see if I can maybe find some remedy to all this nonsense and dread.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I'm gonna wait out here.
I'll shut the door behind you. As someone who's had to replace their entire gizzard area, I can tell you, don't breathe this in.
Can you point out where the
you
gizzard
can
area
definitely
is?
you can see that like the cloud that assaulted you at first is definitely starting to like mix with the air in this room.
Oh, yeah, get in, and Snake Eyes are going to push the professor and shut the door. Not 3 times when you went out.
Do you think we should go back for our vac suits? Is it possible we could pull
If
them
it's
through?
not already too late, yeah, you might want to cover
Okay.
your sensitive bits, Elijah.
We'll be back, Professor. Thanks.
Probably a soundproof door.
I'm probably going to die in this room alone, guys. It's going to be awesome.
So,
Super Sagan's
yeah,
fine.
you look around this room and like apart from the dead bodies, there's not a lot. It looks like this room was kind of cleared out. There's a couple other drawings, children's drawings, and a bed where 2 of the bodies are laying, and then a chair where another body is laying.
Do the bodies have any like stuff on them? Can I loot them?
The clothes have been like rotted away, and it's basically down to bones.
And they have no like items or like insignia or like anything that denote like their role or function on this ship.
There's a pile of like dirty linens in one corner of the room that looks like they've been burned. And apart from that, it looks like this room might have been deliberately cleared of other valuables.
Right. Because they were trying to contain whatever this is that I'm now inside of.
Well, there's nothing here but death, it seems. We are like butterflies who flutter for a day and think it's forever.
I'm going to just leave.
We
Step
probably
back
heard you
out.
talking.
Like another cloud. Like it seems like the door might have had some kind of sealant on it. There's just the faintest of particulate streams coming from the center where the 2 pieces of door connect. Like they don't form a perfect airtight seal anymore, even after you closed it.
That's great.
The gaskets fail.
Can we
Given enough
tape
time,
it?
yeah, exactly, John. The gaskets have essentially failed on this door from it being opened, and given enough time, the particulates that were in this room are eventually going to fill this entire room.
Yeah,
great.
we need to seal this then.
Yeah, can we improvise anything?
What do you want to try?
I'm gonna put on my breather mask in the meantime.
Oh yeah.
How
I lost
smart.
my inventory list.
Just look at mine.
Don't want to step into that.
Yeah, Rhees doesn't have a breather mask. I think Rhees is trying to think of all the things that he's seen like pit crews do to fix things up really quickly, and they have all these tools, but trying to make decisions on the fly. I don't know what skill I would use to try and seal something up. Was there anything? Hey! This is leaking and it's not great. Is there anything over in that mess hall area that we can use to try and seal this?
You look over in the mess hall, and you start opening the drawers, and you see a bunch of canned foods and preserved foods, maybe like some rations that are wrapped in like this silvery foil wrapper with a picture of some kind of exotic bird on it.
Parakeet. I found my inventory list, and I do have a filter mask. I
That
feel like I would have brought that.
probably would be helpful, yeah.
I'm trying to see. I have a filter and a breather. Which one would be more?
Yeah, same.
Pretty filtered.
Filter, I think breather is for providing oxygen filter. Would be that.
Yeah,
So
I'd
I'll
agree.
pull mine out because if those two had it, and I know they copied my character sheet, I must have.
I went through and looked at my
I'm
own.
just teasing.
I copied it from both of you, and I'll spell the filter one. Yeah.
I don't think Rhees has one. So
You open up some more drawers, and you also see a locker that has a couple of vac suits, but the vac suits are like smaller than would fit you.
Tiny people lived here.
do we have anything? Can we use this vac suit? Maybe try and seal that seal?
Plug it.
Yeah, plug it.
Can we rip off some piping and just jam it in the door and then reclose it? Just
Is this-
Yeah.
crack it open and then
I'll allow it.
Sweet.
Give me pick a skill and give me a roll.
any skill?
Whatever skill you think is gonna work.
Broker. I want to
So
broker
I'm
with
a
the
big
door.
fan. You guys might not know this. I'm a big fan of Blades in the Dark.
Yeah.
In Blades in the Dark, player picks the skill, and I tell you how hard it is to do what you're trying to do with that skill. And it might be impossible, but you get to pick the skill that you want to roll. So in this
We're
situation,
not playing Blades in the Dark, though.
pick
I'm
whatever
gonna
skill you
play
want to roll.
survival.
You're gonna roll survival. Okay.
Can I roll
yeah.
Jack of all trades to help as well? Or sorry, just professor.
If you wanna roll
Sorry.
to do some kind of assist, that's fine.
All right, you can check the dice cam. I got a 9 on the dice cam, +2 for my survival for an 11.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'd say that these vac suits, they're this very thin material, and so they're very good at wedging into a crack, and you're able to reestablish the seal. It's very difficult though because the air wants to come out from the room. Like the airflow is blowing towards you, so you have to wedge this thing in and then close the doors so that it's pressing up against it. But you're able to get it to a point that you think if you don't touch it, it's gonna remain sealed and it won't further contaminate this floor.
I would think that, rich-ass Billybob Sagan's environmental suit probably has or vac suit has an emergency vac tape.
Puncture,
Yeah.
gel.
Love
It's
it.
oh, don't worry. However you talk. No, don't worry about it.
Just put some
Sands in
putty
the
down.
hourglass.
What
Unfortunately, I don't think that works in Traveler. I mean, unfortunately, I didn't pack my space putty.
Yeah, I think that you have dealt with the immediate threat, though, assuming you don't go back into that room.
Yeah, I'm not going back in there.
Professor, thank you for your quick thinking on that.
Perhaps we should spread out as I open this other door. And I want to investigate this other door to the port side of the lift. And does it have any markings or indications on it? Symbols?
This one does not have any symbols other than a J-type Anglic symbol over it.
Elijah's getting a little braver, and he'll
Hooks
push that
down
one
and to the left. It kind of looks like a J. You open it up, and it's a fairly roomy area. It's got 4 small beds that run along the walls. There's like small little bits of furniture scattered about, and the clothing is just like in disarray. It's very messy. A few children's toys are scattered about as well. It kind of looks like a remote, but with a ball at the top that lights up. And it's got one button on it, and you press the button, and it shoots out on an elastic band. And then you press it again, and it shoots back and back into place.
like a
yo-yo.
lazy man's yo-yo.
I was thinking like ball in a
Like
cup.
Like a wand of some kind that has a light up, and then it shoots out, and then press it again.
How far does it shoot out?
About 4 feet.
It's like one of
Elijah will pick it
those
up and
Disney lightsabers. I
carry
mean,
it around.
patent pending.
Yeah, and the light still seems to work. This one, this particular one, glows blue.
Awesome.
So anything in
Billybob's
there?
Going to
Just this, and Elijah
duck
will
in.
squeeze the button, and it
Makes
shoots
like a
out at
little
you.
pop sound.
Love it.
There it is.
That's what it is. That is curious. Very, very curious. Did you get that, Raff?
What? He was just like scribbling some notes. Yeah.
Okay,
There's some
all
blue
right.
light thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's this.
It's good. Oh, yeah. It's good mood lighting. I like it. It'll be convenient because even though we turn on the lights of the ship, it's still really, really dark for some reason.
What about this room over here, guys?
Looks like all the rooms are unused. Oh.
So it looks like you're open up a door to the port forward section of this deck, and inside this is a fairly small room. It has a very lived-in look, and there's a drawer, and inside this drawer, like a dresser, is a variety of rings with various gemstones.
Curious. Can I don't even know if I can do like survival or something on them to know if
Do you have any ranks in survival?
I have a 1 rank in survival.
It's approximate value of 500 credits.
Ooh.
So you can take those if you want, mark them on your sheet.
How big are rings? Like finger rings?
No, you guys don't
Finger
know.
rings,
You
yeah.
just come
Nope.
out with them all
Nope.
over your heads. Like,
Yeah, wearing them like the gauntlet.
They're a little small.
We
They only
aren't
go up to
here
the second knuckle on your fingers.
for piracy.
Your new like attack is just clapping people with your handful of rings. Like
You
backhand.
also notice, like, under one of the mattresses, you can see something poking out. You go and look, and you see these. It looks like an envelope.
Elijah will pull it out with the hand covered in rings.
Inside this envelope, there's a bunch of. It looks like some form of currency, maybe. Like it's a bunch of sheets of paper.
It's the
And
same
they
writing.
have these strange. Yeah, they have the same writing. One of them looks like J-O. One of them has I-N. One of them has I-N-O on them.
And it's currency, you say? Like, these are all three.
It
they're
very
three
much
bills?
resembles some kind of currency.
Yeah, Elijah will take them, but he's going to show the group. But he's going to keep them real tight in his hand because he never really had probably a lot of money.
That's fine.
Fingers still wearing the rings.
Yeah. Guys, look at this. I don't know what any of this is. And so he's like, what are those rings? Ignore those. They're fine. I've had those the whole time.
Look with your eyes, not your hands.
There's also inside of this room. There's a like full-length mirror mounted on the wall, and
Just checking yourself out.
Hand modeling.
but something about this mirror looks. It just looks off when you look at it. You look at yourself in the mirror, and it just looks a little weird.
Can I do a jack of all trades check on that?
Yeah, the fact that you're inspecting it further is enough. I'm going to require a roll. You look in front. You're looking at the mirror and you're kind of inspecting it, looking at the sides, and you notice when you move to the right, the mirror, yourself in the mirror, moves to the left. This mirror is not a mirror image. It's you as other people would see you. Like it's a reverse mirror.
It made my skin crawl, just that description.
That was so cool.
So it's like there's always like a camera.
It's like a camera,
and it's a
yeah.
projection.
It's a camera that's not showing you a mirrored image, but it's showing you the way that others see you when you move.
Is the image the same though? Like I'm
It's the
still wearing
same
just like a
image,
white T-shirt and boxers.
Yeah,
just
it looks
smile
just
on my
like you.
fingers. He's actually gonna like kind of like without even thinking about it, he squeezes the button and it bounces and hits the mirror.
Yeah,
Perfect.
pops out on the toy.
Does anything happen? It's just a reflective screen.
No, nothing happens. But I'll say that like there's a small light, like a little. It's an O in the top left corner of the mirror. It's just a very, very tiny light.
Like it's the circular square thing.
Yes.
That's a scene on the currency. I'll reach up and touch it.
You touch it, changes to an eye, and then the mirror is now a regular mirror. And you move to the right, and you see yourself in the mirror moving to the right.
So I'm going to touch it again.
It changes back to an O, and now it's this reverse mirror effect.
Guys, does anybody want to take a look at this? This mirror kind of changes from not a mirror to a mirror. But I think it's an on-off switch. I think the I and the O means on and off. Maybe?
That's good to know for the future.
I think you could be right, but the thing is, on and off both start with O, so I think you're wrong about that. But Rhees is going to come over.
Such an ethnocentrist. My goodness.
It can't possibly be activate or deactivate. No, it has to be on or off.
And so if anybody comes into the room, as soon as they come into the
Raff
room,
come in.
Yeah, Rhees comes in.
I'll reach up and hit the button.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you can see like multiple people standing in front of this mirror. They all switch sides when you press the button, and they're displaying on the other side of the mirror when you press the
That
button.
is just the strangest thing.
It's extremely disorienting to look at.
Is this mirror attached to the wall or the floor?
Yes, it's
Dang
mounted
it.
on the wall.
Okay. Snake Eyes will look up against the wall, kind of like do the thing like, is this a false back? And see if there's like kind of like pull away at it.
Yeah, if it's like a two.
No false back, but you do find the latch that is holding it in place, and you could remove it if you want.
Do we want to take it with us? Maybe sell it? I want to sell it.
That's really ambitious of you, Snake Eyes. But I applaud your ambition.
Well, maybe you can use the anti-gravity thing, and we can carry everything.
Anti-gravity only works in that one room, unfortunately.
No, I think it works locally wherever you push the button.
Is that so?
I don't know. Give it a try.
All right, everybody, hold on to your hats, which no one has, and he just presses the button. Raff presses the button again. What does he hear? What does he see?
You hear this low hum of the anti-grav generators fighting against the gravity generators of the ship. But the gravity in the room that you're in remains the same.
So it is just that room then.
Looks like it's just there. He turns it off.
Look, I'm not really getting a good feeling that we should be here for as long as we've been here. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe we should keep searching. Is anybody else feeling that way?
Yeah, I have what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah. While they
Did I show you this
were
money, though?
searching, Billybob went to the other room on the other hallway and opened it.
Oh boy.
This is one of two remaining rooms in this deck, and you open it up, and
Should we all be standing so close to it?
Well,
And Elijah's gonna step into the hallway.
Somebody open the
back
door.
away.
Snake Eyes will walk into the hallway too. Doesn't want to break the mirror.
He took the mirror with
You're carrying the whole mirror.
Just walking around with a full-size mirror.
Constantly surprising me, Snake Eyes. Constantly surprising me.
If it's too heavy, I'll set it down. But if it's like,
I mean,
easily
it's
transportable.
cumbersome. It's cumbersome. It doesn't fold up, but
I'll like take it out of the room and like set it down,
okay. When you take it out, you notice that there's like a power cable that was plugged into the wall behind it, and you have to unplug it. And when you do that, it's just a normal mirror.
for a little bit, just for the fun of it, because it was so cool. Let's I don't know how long I'll go with this bit, but I'll at least take it out in the hallway and just set it down.
You should try to plug it in somewhere else.
Yeah,
You should
is there
commit to
another outlet I can? Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh no, outlet. Is there a wall outlet?
Just every room we go
in the
plug it
hallway?
somewhere.
Is there convenience power in the hallway? Just a two-gang. That's it.
Yeah, I
That's all
think
need.
building
bar
code
top.
requires that there's a
one every 6
outlet
feet.
every 6 feet. So.
Shipwreck code, yeah.
Okay.
18 inches AFF. You plug it in, you're good. Cool.
Yeah. So, Billybob, say again, I see you opening this door, so I'm going to describe what you see in here. This room is a just hellscape. Inside, everything is charred black. The walls, the wallpaper, the floor, as if it had been cleansed. There's a pile of ash in one corner.
Yep, not going to investigate.
Do you close the door?
Will closed the door on a foundry. He was like, mid description. He was like, nope.
As you close the door,
No.
you notice a little, resistance at the doors. Don't close all the way.
Not again.
As this little robot comes out of the room that blocked the doors and jets out from underneath you, and what? You look at it, and on the top of it, it's like this disc-looking robot that's rolling around on the floor, and sparks, like a Roomba, and sparks are flying out from the top of it.
Did it come out of the ash?
What? And that's our game.
No, Jeff. 20 more minutes.
Elijah opens fire.
Jeff,
The
I'm
Doomba!
gonna use my barters, my skill to try and get us 20 more minutes.
Negotiate, dude.